we know that within Gypsy and traveller communities, there are high numbers of home educated children and young people. And a question that comes up is, can I deregister my child at any time and begin homeschooling?
There are two answers to that. The first answer effectively is yes, if you are actually going to home educate them. The second answer is it a clever idea? Do you know what you're letting yourself in for? And I suppose I have a number of concerns here, having seen numerous people who've had their children out of school for a significant period of time. One is, is the education that the children are going to get going to be suitable? And I mean that from two perspectives. One is it going to, if the local authority comes around and asks what the provision is, and you've got to show evidence of what provision you're making, are you actually going to be able to persuade the local authority that it is suitable? Yeah. So that's the first point. And the second point is, irrespective of whether the local authority checks up on you or not, is it actually suitable? And there are not that many parents, I'd struggle, who would be able to suitably educate their children at home, particularly sort of in the world in which we now live. There are, if one looks at qualifications, first thing to point out is that you will get no help with getting qualifications. You won't even, you'll have to pay all the exam fees yourself if you wish your child to take GCSEs. Another point is that a lot of the more formal apprenticeships these days and a lot of the better jobs all require a minimum level of GCSEs. You effectively are locking your children out of those opportunities, whatever they may be, whatever, whether it be engineering or, one of the trades or whatever it is, you're locking them out. You're also, in all likelihood, making it significantly harder, if they have the interest and or ability, for them to pursue an academic route. The numbers of Gypsy, Roma and Traveller children completing A-levels is pretty low, and a significant reason for that is because there are parents who are electively home educating, and just by basic statistics, there will be significant numbers of children who would be capable of doing that if they had the opportunity to do so. And I think that the decision to home educate, particularly at a relatively early stage, transfer to secondary school or year 7, etc., certainly from before, has many disadvantages, and it's not obvious for most children what the upsides are likely to be.
Yeah,
so I'm happy
absolutely.
to deal with any other questions on that front, but I struggle to see upsides. There are problems often that one needs to be dealing with at school, particularly around the bullying issue, which we have discussed already, but there are other ways of dealing with problems and difficulties than just walking away.